Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Rising World. This is episode number 5, and this time around we're going to be working on some furniture because we need to furnish our very bare bones bunker. So let's jump right in. Now I've already started a bit by making some of these modern shelves, and I'm going to use them kind of like storage. I thought I would have like an area, a room down there that's dedicated to simply storing things. So let's go ahead and do some chests as well. Now, I may not use this particularly as far as putting materials in, but just from kind of a look standpoint. So let's go ahead and make a couple barrels. We'll go ahead and keep this style, maybe like 3 barrels, but we'll also get some chests going too. I think we're going to stick with wood though. And let's see, I don't want anything too fancy. I kind of like the idea of leaving it a little plain, nothing too elaborate. Because it's a bunker, we're not supposed to have the nicest of things, right? So something like this, pretty straightforward. We'll make like 2 of these guys. That'll work. So we do have some storage items now. Let's see, a table might be nice in that area as well. Kind of give it the idea of the look as though you can organize things while you're there. We'll just go with this kind of simple looking thing. What else do we have in here? We have desks. I could probably do some chairs down there, but I think for now we're probably going to leave it at that. I don't need any of that stuff. That's a little too nice to be having in a bunker. Okay, where to put the storage room? Well, I'm kind of thinking that we use the room on the right because it is the largest. It kind of goes deep in here. So let's do that. We already have the shelves here. We have the barrels. Let's see, we'll move the table to 4, chest to 2. And that kind of covers everything that we have. But the first place I'd like to start is the shelving units here. So you can see we've got that there. And I thought I would line these up. I was kind of thinking like aisles that you could walk between, but I don't know. Maybe it makes more sense to have them go around the edges. But I don't think I want to put them on the trim. I think we're going to keep everything inside. So let's go ahead and start this guy here. Let's look here. Something like this. Doesn't have to be perfect, Weem. Just I'm almost lining this up. I'm like, okay, where would this be? I don't know, somewhere around here. Probably good enough. Okay, then we'll rotate this and try to go for 2 next to each other back here. Something like this and that. So there we go. We've got these kind of shelving units in here. It does seem to be as though there's kind of wasted space back here, but I kind of want to keep things on the floor, not on the actual trim. Now, I think, what do I have? 2 more of these? Sounds about right. Let's go ahead and rotate these guys around. And let's see. I could space some things out here. I could put these here. I also could rotate them and put them right up front, but I don't know. I think what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and tack these onto the edges of the other ones here. Not necessarily touch them, but get them close. Something like that. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. So there you go. We've got the 6. This is kind of a nice little storage area here. So let's look at the chests. These are pretty decently sized. We can rotate these guys around as well. And I'm almost thinking that we need to put these, you know, maybe right here on the edge. I'm trying to think if we have room for a table. A table that we have. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see where that ends up. Right there? It is possible. Let's see. Okay. We can, you know, we can fit around this. Let's go ahead and do this out a little bit. Let's see how this works. Of course I put it off to one side. It's not centered. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. Okay, well anyway, we're going to have to... I can't pick this up, so you know what? Boom, it's gone. That's how I roll. We can't keep it around if it's not going to be centered. So I'm almost thinking, you know what we could do is we could angle these. 45-degree angle. We could let these overlap a little bit. There's no harm in that, right? Something like this. Let's see what this looks like here. Yeah, I think that's cool. It's pretty sweet. So we'll rotate this guy around, do the same. Let's see. Take a peek at the other one real quick. Something like that. Okay, so now we have a storage room. And again, I did want the table in there. I think we'll get around to that. I'll probably come back in here and get a table in, but we do have a barrel. You know what? Actually, maybe instead of a table, we'll put 2 barrels right in the middle. That could be cool. Let's check that out. One here, and then one here maybe. See what that looks like. Oh yeah, right in the middle. So you can kind of walk around these, access things. Oh, we have 1 more barrel? I made 3 apparently. Huh. I don't know if I want to put a 3rd one there. You know what? I think we'll hang on to it because I think 2 is pretty good in here. I think with the chests and the shelves and everything, we're looking pretty good for the storage room. Okay, we're back up top, and I've made a couple items for what might be a kitchen or eating area. You see, we've got 4 chairs, a table. I think we'll probably put the barrel in the room as well. So kind of like a, I want to say a mess hall, but it sounds like there's a lot of people there, when in reality we're going to do kind of 4 chairs. Now, once I thought about that and was looking through this, I looked at the beds and thought it would be cool to do a bunk bed, but to do like 2 of them. So let's go ahead and make 2 of those. So we're almost building this as though there's 4 people here, which is fine. So we're getting into the backstory of our bunker, apparently. We've got a whole story, who these people are and what they're doing. So anyway, we've got 2 bunk beds, so we'll probably set up a bedroom of sorts. I'm going to have to think about that a bit more as to what else we might do in a bedroom, but we have the beds at least set for now. So we have the storage room right now. This probably wouldn't make a great bedroom because it's got the opening down there. So this might be the better place for the eating to be happening, the mess hall of sorts. So let's go ahead and get that started. Let's see if we rotate the table. We kind of walk down into the cave this way. This is kind of a path. So if we talk about coming into the room and maybe going this way, I don't know if I want to put anything immediately in the way. So what we'll probably do is we'll put the table on this side. I think this could work. Set this down. And then we'll go ahead and grab the chairs, which are here. And we'll set these probably 2 on this side and 1 on each end, so that we don't have them in the path, like if you're walking through, like I mentioned. Let's go ahead and rotate these guys around. In fact, we'll angle this a bit. Doesn't have to be straight, right? Trying to change my behavior here. Okay, something like that'll work. Cool, so we got the table, we got some chairs in here. It's kind of nice because it gives scale to the room. You get an idea for, okay, this is the size of the room. And then, like I mentioned, we do have the barrel, so we could set that in here somewhere as if that's kind of the, you know, storage container for food or something. We can actually just set that over here. I think that'll work. Something like that. That is pretty cool. I like it. So let's go ahead and jump over to this side where we only have 2 bunk beds for now. Probably need some kind of like shelving in here. Some kind of shelves or something. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and bring these guys up. We got 2 bunk beds to set. I'm almost thinking that we need to just have them on 1 on each side when you first walk in. Maybe not right up front. Maybe we'll align these to the back a bit, the back corner. Let's see. Yeah. Take those posts somewhere like here. Set this guy down. It's funny how some things take a little longer than others to place. It seems like that would be an intentional thing because they do seem to vary. But then you have to wonder, well, okay, why does the bed take longer? You know, why does a chest take longer than something that's bigger than it? Who knows? Anyway, this actually looks like a prison cell. The 2 bunk beds and very bleak concrete layout, but it is what it is. We got the 2 beds in here. Maybe we get a chest and put 1 on each at the foot of each bed, kind of for storage of clothing or whatever. Maybe we do some kind of table in here, almost like a nightstand. So there's a couple more things we could place in here, and then otherwise I think we've got kind of a good start, and we can get into maybe some smaller things. Maybe we get into some custom images to kind of set things up a bit more, some kind of posters or pictures or who knows what. Okay, I had an idea for a poster, so I've just kind of set that up, and I'll show you that in a minute, but I want to show you a couple of the things really quick. One is that I ended up sticking this guy up here because I thought it looked like it could pass for some kind of air filter, right? So anyway, I thought that if I stuck that up here, I could rearrange how some things are being made here, and you can see that I've got ventilation coming down with the vent here. I added another block up there. So I think that'll work pretty cool. Now, Also, I stuck up the thumbnails for the previous 4 episodes of this series. I mentioned that as like an idea, so you can see all 4 of those up here. Later on, when we get to episode 6, I'll put the 5th one that you're currently watching. I'll put that up here probably, and I don't think we'll go very far. I don't think this series will go more than, I mean, 8 episodes would be the most. Could be, 6 or 7 even. We could just about be getting close to wrapping this up. I did mention this is going to be a relatively kind of shorter run. I said 3 to 5 episodes or so, just to kind of build out a bunker and see what it's all about. So anyway, we're getting there. Realizing this looks kind of like a face. The lamps are eyes, the vent is the nose, and the doorway is the mouth there. No? Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. Anyway, so those are the things that I've got going on right now. Now, one other thing that I'd like to show you that I've set up is kind of cool. I went back and looked through episodes 1 through 3, because those are the ones that have kind of been set up already. 4 and 5 have been recorded tonight, actually. And looked through those of you who were commenting and picked out some people so that we could say who was in here occupying these rooms. So I'm going to kind of slide in here and show you that we've got Connor. I've got your picture up in here, your avatar from YouTube. So stuck you up there. We have Gelron up here, and Gelmaron. I don't know why I said Gelron. Gelmaron. We've got you down below. And if we spin over to this side, we can see Lightning Dragon on this side, and Luke, I've got you in here as well. So got the 4 of you guys in here. Thought that would be just kind of fun, kind of play around a bit more with the poster stuff. I love playing with that. So you guys have now been immortalized in the bunk bedroom. So anyway, let's kind of step in here because I want to get the poster in here that I've just took a photo for. Let's see, we need to get some materials though. We have the block in 1. So I had kind of stuck out a block here before. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I guess I could do it over here. Let's see, it's probably going to get in the way of those chairs though. I could do it over this part. Let me think about that. We could put it in the room in here with the bunk beds, although it's not quite centered. I suppose that's not a big deal. Something like that, and maybe make it come out one more. Okay, so I've gone ahead, made a poster, and you're going to see this image. You're going to be like, what is this? So this is a photo I took just now with my phone of essentially it's my microphone that I'm currently recording with, but in the background is Rising World. You can see the bunker back there's blurry because we're focused on the on the mic, but anyway, and I can only move these in steps like this. I kind of need something in between, so no matter what I do, it's looking a little bit stretched. I think we'll leave it at that, but anyway, I just thought let's make a poster of some kind, and when I thought about what I might want to do, I don't know. I just thought that might be kind of cool. A picture of my mic with Rising World in the background. So anyway, you can see the bunker entrance. We still have our torches up there. There you go. Now there's a poster in the room that is going to inspire no one. Absolutely 0 people. Okay, well I'm thinking we're going to keep this episode pretty short. I wanted to focus on getting the furniture out there, so we've done that. Now what I want to do is I want to break down the benches out here. You can see that I've already gone ahead and made some more. So we're going to break these guys down and then focus on getting these moved down into the bunker. I will leave the tent out here for now. Technically the bunk beds aren't mine, so we're going to leave those alone. But what I'd like to do is hopefully we can get down in here and find some room for the workbenches. Now I think it's really going to occupy a lot of the space here. This is where I imagine putting them, but I'm almost thinking that there's not going to be a whole lot of room. I don't know, maybe it won't be too bad. I've colored these all a little bit differently as well. They each have a different skin essentially to them. I wanted them to kind of look a bit different. So let's see. Is there room to do 2 of these side by side? Let's stick the block workbench here and try to make as much room as possible. Something like that. So we'll place the block bench. And then what else do we have? The saw table's pretty long. Yeah, it clips. This guy's shorter, so we'll go ahead and put this guy here. I'm almost thinking we may need to move those thumbnail posters, unfortunately. May have to move those to make room. We'll stick this here. Is that... Actually, let's back this up a bit. Something like this. And then finally we do have the saw bench. Now, like I said, this is the big one. You know what? It does kind of clear it. Of course, once we get a 5th episode, once we get the other thumbnails in there, we're going to run out of room. I could take those posters down and make them smaller so that I can fit all of them along the top. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. Or I could even do them along the angled portion up here. If I did them maybe half the size, I could do them, kind of line them up along here. So maybe that's what we'll do. And we'll go ahead and stick the saw bench here anyway. We'll just let this sit right in the middle-ish. Somewhere in there. I'm seeing the timer go when I'm placing things and wondering if I was mistaken before, thinking that there were different placement times. They do, now that I started paying attention to it, the placement time does seem to be the same, so maybe I was wrong. I could be wrong. It's happened before, so let's see. We do have one more. We have the anvil, and I could actually get that in the middle. It doesn't have to face this way. Could go cheater mode and not worry about its angle here, something like that. Let's do that. We'll put this here. Then it will look like I left a gap on purpose. Yes, this was fully intentional. So you can see it is a little bit crowded now that we have the workbenches in here. And no, I did not do the furnace or the loom. But anyway, I just figured we would stick with the basics for here. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good set. Now, as I mentioned before, we were kind of getting the furnishings in here and probably going to pretty much be calling it that. We've got the bunker going, but what I'd like to do, instead of calling this maybe like a last episode or anything, what I was thinking was that I would kind of toss it up to you guys and say, you know, is there anything that you'd like to see put in here? Whether that's some kind of graphic that I do, you know, maybe a photo or something I make. I'm definitely looking for ideas from you guys, and I will see if I can squeeze those in. I can't promise to do all of them or even most of them, but if I see some ideas that look like they're kind of fun, maybe I'll do that. I'll also be thinking of some myself, so if I think of something, then that's what we'll do in the next episode. So we certainly will see one more episode at the very least. So I do hope you guys stop back in, check that out, and like I said, provide feedback. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.